Good afternoon, and welcome to Pittsburg Community Theater's very first virtual performance. The story you're about to hear is true. I know, because I was there. The story right after that, well, not so much. I know, because I wrote it. In October of 2016, PCT and Four-Eyed Jacks Productions performed and recorded a pair of radio plays before a live audience at the Senior Center here in Pittsburgh. Today we present the first of those pieces, Big Bad Bugs Terrorizing Terrible Teenagers, as it was intended, an online radio broadcast. During the show, please feel free to post comments or questions at Pittsburg Community Theater on Facebook or on the YouTube channel. After the show, we'll be happy to answer questions. I should point out that Pittsburg Community Theater is a nonprofit organization, and any donation, large or small, helps us keep going during these difficult times and is greatly appreciated. You can donate via PayPal or Venmo. The links can be found on the Facebook page and the YouTube channel. We thank you in advance for any consideration you make. Well, that's the story, and we're sticking to it. But now for the other story that may not be quite as true. Please enjoy Big Bad Bugs Terrorizing Terrible Teenagers.
All right, my little friends. Let's see if your aim has improved. Let's try you first, Blinky.
Dr. Klondike?
Yes, Gottfried, what is it?
That's not Blinky, Doctor.
What exactly makes your little assistant's mind think that that is not Blinky?
Because Blinky is over in the far corner of the habitat. That is Trinky.
Nonsense, you idiot. This is... Ooh. All right, we'll start with you then, Twinkie. Gottfried, who came up with these stupid names for these insects? I mean, Trinky, Blinky, Zlinky? Really, who would do that?
Oh, you did, Doctor. You know, I did recommend we paint their initials on their wings.
Oh, shut up, Gottfried. I'll do the recommending here. You just make notes like the good little personal assistant that you are.
Yes, Doctor. Of course, Doctor.
Good. Now, our first test subject is Blinky.
A Trinky, sir.
Yes, Trinky. Now, come on, Trinky. Let's see you spit like a good little spitting cockroach. Ready? Spit. That was a good try, Twinkie dear, but I'm afraid your aim is still a little vague. Make a note, Gottfried.
How vague?
How vague what?
How vague was Trinky's aim? I need a number, a percentage.
Oh, quite right. Let me get my tape measure. Let's see. 2.3. Carry the 6, divide by the zip code. Factor in the wind direction. Looks like about 65%.
65% of what, Doctor?
Of accuracy, you dolt. Of accuracy.
Let me get that down. 65% of accuracy, you dolt. Got it?
Good. Now, let's try... Gottfried, what is that noise?
Noise? You mean the bubbling? That's your chemicals. I don't hear anything else.
No, there's something else. Here, let me turn them off. There. Now, do you hear that?
Oh, that. It's been a while, but if memory serves, that is the sound of smooching, Doctor.
Good Lord. Are you smooching?
Oh, not me, Doctor. That would be the students, Jimmy Milankowitz and Ellen Wimbledon. They're over there by the electron microscope.
Well, we'll put a stop to that. Mr. Milankowitz, Miss Wimbledon?
Ow! Jimmy, you dropped me!
Sorry, Ellen.
Mr. Milankowitz, Miss Wimbledon, what were you doing there?
We're doing research, Dr. Klondike.
In-depth research, sir?
Yeah, very in-depth.
Very in-depth.
Well, not quite that in-depth.
I see. You do realize that you're supposed to be following my experiments and taking notes.
Isn't Gottfried already taking notes?
We could make copies of Gottfried's notes.
Those are only notes of our measurements.
We were taking notes of measurements.
I got Ellen's measurements.
Jimmy?
Look, you two, this has got to stop.
You mean we'll have to take an incomplete?
I know exactly what you mean about incomplete.
Jimmy?
I'm talking about the smooching, not the studies. You are supposed to be learning about the scientific method and experimentation.
Oh, I know all about experimentation.
Not that kind of experimentation.
Oh, but look, Doctor, this note-taking business is kind of dull, you know? How am I supposed to pay attention?
Maybe something a little more hands-on.
You both seem quite adept at hands-on, though I don't think that's what the school had in mind, but I take your point, and I think you're right. Perhaps we should have you two perform the experiment hands-on, as you said. Don't you agree, Gottfried?
Oh, yes, Doctor. Whatever you say.
Ew, you want me to touch one of those yucky bugs?
Oh, shut up, Jimmy. You're such a... Well, I don't know what exactly, but you sure are one. I'll do the test. You can record the measurements.
Okay, just so long as you keep those bugs away from me. Oh.
Oh, fine, all right, good. Now, Miss Wimbledon, if you would grab Blinky there.
Okay, got him.
That's Winky, and he's a she.
Oh, there. How about...
That's a Zlinky.
Oops. Come here, Blinky.
That's Trinky.
Doctor, have you ever thought about labeling them? They look so much alike.
No, they don't. They're each as distinctive as a fingerprint. See there? Winky's got a little tiny cowlick, and Trinky has an irregular spot on his tummy.
Enough! Now, Miss Wimbledon, just pick up Blinky and let's move on.
Okay, Doctor. Come here, Blinky.
No, not that one. That's Zlinky again. That one is Blinky.
That's Blinky. Okay, gotcha.
Gently, Miss Wimbledon, gently. That's better. Are you ready, Mr. Milankowitz?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Miss Wimbledon.
Okay, Blinky, be a good bug and spit.
Hey, ew! That bug just spit on the notepad, and it's cutting right through the paper like...
Like acid on paper?
Exactly.
Well, yes, well, that's because these bugs spit acid. Miss Wimbledon, please be more careful in the future where you aim, Blinky.
Sorry, Doctor.
Yeah, the acid's almost eaten through the whole pad.
Careful! Fortunately, it's a sealed concrete floor, so if there's any excess acid, it won't eat through. Gottfried, would you please extinguish that and sweep it up?
Certainly, Doctor. I have a bottle of seltzer here.
Thank you, Gottfried.
Doctor, can I ask a question?
Oh, certainly, Miss Wimbledon.
I think back in 4th grade, I learned about spitting cockroaches at a lame bug museum.
Lame, Miss Wimbledon? Lame?
Okay, maybe it wasn't lame. But anyway, I seem to remember that they told us that the cockroach's spit wasn't acidic. It was just wet and slimy. Are these different cockroaches, a different species?
Excellent question, Miss Wimbledon, but no. These are almost certainly the same species, but they've been specially treated.
Treated.
Yeah, with nuclear waste.
Gottfried!
Oh, sorry, Doctor. Very sorry. So terribly, terribly
Don't
sorry.
give away the whole plot, you fool!
Oh, okay, Doctor. Certainly. Listen, you two. Never mind about the nuclear waste thing.
Okay.
Well, I think that ends this session. You'll be back tomorrow for the next installment, yes?
Oh, for sure. Right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Gottfried, escort them to the door. And remember, kids, there was no nuclear waste involved in any of the experiments taking place here. Don't tell your parents. And especially don't tell the authorities.
He really means it.
Okay, goodbye, Doctor.
See you, Doc. Gottfried.
This way.
Bye, Gottfried.
Goodbye, Ellen.
Later, Gottfried.
Indeed.
Gottfried, how many times have I told you? Stumm on the nuclear waste.
I know, Doctor. Sorry. It just slipped out. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. Now, turn my lab back on.
Yes, Doctor.
Excellent. Let's get back to work.
As you wish, Doctor.
Oh, hi, Ellen. Is this table taken?
No, Jimmy, have a seat.
Yuck.
What's the matter, Jimmy? Are you weirded out by those bugs that Dr. Klondike has?
No, I just didn't look close enough at this cafeteria food they gave me.
Oh, yeah, it looks awful, doesn't it? But it tasted okay.
I don't know if I can eat it, especially since we have to go back to Dr. Klondike's lab today.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that. Oh, now I'm even more sorry I ate it.
Hey, after we go to the lab today, what do you say to an impromptu nocturnal visit to Lover's Lane?
Geez, you make it sound so formal, but okay, sure. I'll,
Who was that?
Sounded like Andrea Carstairs. She's afraid of bugs.
Oh, her. Heck, she's afraid of split pea soup.
Get it away from me!
Come on, let's check out the big, horrible, frightening ladybug.
Yeah.
It's disgusting! Mrs. Starkweather, help me! All right. What's the trouble, Miss Carstairs? It's a bug!
Hey, what the hell? Who's calling my food disgusting?
It's okay, Mrs. Flap. It's just Carstairs here, frightened by a bug.
A bug in my cafeteria? Who brought it in here? I'll whisk them within an inch of their life.
Don't you mean whip?
When I say whisk, I mean whisk.
Calm down, Flap. It needn't come to that. I am the vice principal, as you're aware, so you can take my word for it.
What kind of bug is it, Mrs. Starkweather?
Oh, hello, Mr. Milankowitz, Miss Wimbledon. I suspect the two of you would know the answer to that question better than I would.
I can't stand it!
Oh, calm down, Miss Carstairs.
Calm down! Calm down! I'm terrified of bugs, and that, I swear, is the most disgusting bug I have ever seen! And you're telling me to calm down?
Hey, Jimmy, get a good look at that bug.
Yeah, it's a bug. Blah.
Doesn't it look remotely familiar to you?
Should it? They all just look like bugs to me.
Yes, don't you remember at Dr. Klondike's lab? But it's Blinky.
Are you sure? Gosh, Ellen, you're right. It is Blinky.
It burned a huge hole in my thesaurus! It's ghastly!
I got it. It's dead.
Blinky!
We've got to tell Dr. Klondike.
We can't. He'll be heartbroken.
Blinky's gone. There's nothing we can do about that, but he needs to know that his Blinky found a way out of the lab.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Let's go.
All right, Gottfried. Hand me the uranium-235.
Here you go, Dr. Klondike.
Gottfried, stop.
Would you please make up your mind, Doctor?
I just meant that you should be wearing your gloves. Handling uranium-235 can be dangerous, especially if you're not wearing your gloves.
Okay, Doctor. Whatever you say. Now, where did I put them? Do you see them around?
No, I don't. Did you look in the desk drawers?
Good thinking, Doctor. Nope, not there.
Try the one on the right.
Which one?
The bottom one.
Aha, there they are. Thanks, Dr. Klondike.
Quickly now, Gottfried, put them on.
Right. There we go. Okay, all set.
Don't forget to close the drawer, Gottfried.
Right, I almost forgot.
Actually, you did forget.
I might have been just on the brink of remembering, Doctor.
I doubt it, Gottfried, I doubt it. That's why I'm the doctor and you're the assistant.
You don't need to rub it in, Doctor.
Yes, well, forget about it. Now, hand me that uranium-235.
Yes, Doctor.
No, with the tongs, Gottfried, with the tongs.
Right, sorry, Doctor.
That's it. Now, carefully.
Dr. Klondike!
What? Oh, no, Gottfried! Oh, no! Gottfried! What have you done?
I'm sorry, Doctor. Really, I am.
Dr. Klondike, it's Blinky.
Oh, no, Gottfried! It looks like this is the end.
Doctor, it's important. We found Blinky at the school in the cafeteria.
No time for that, Ellen. That goop on the floor is uranium-235. We're dying of massive radiation poisoning, and it's our Gottfried's fault.
Does this mean that I won't get that raise you promised me? Dr. Klondike.
Oh my gosh, Jimmy, what are we gonna do?
I think there's only one thing we can do. Where did Dr. Klondike put that caution tape?
Caution tape?
Yeah, the tape that reads caution, radioactive spill. You know, with the radiation symbol and the skull and crossbones.
In the desk drawer, I think.
Which one?
Bottom left.
Got it. Good, and here's a couple of tacks.
What are you gonna do with all that?
I'm gonna put some tape across the door to make sure that nobody enters.
Oh, good idea.
Here, hold this end right here.
Got it.
Okay. Give me one of your shoes.
Here you go.
Thanks. Okay, that's one. Okay, that's the other one. Good. Let's go.
Jimmy, wait.
What is it?
Slinky and Trinky.
We can't take them with us.
I know, but look at them. Do they look like they're bigger than they were?
I don't know.
In fact, I think they're getting bigger before my eyes.
Yeah, fine. Look, we'd better go.
Do you think they'll get any bigger?
I don't know, but we gotta get out of here. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. There's nothing left for us here, but where will we go?
Well, we've got the rest of the afternoon and evening, so it seems to me this would be a perfect time to go to Lover's Lane.
That works for me.
Slow it down. Dude, what do you think you're doing?
Who the heck are you?
Name's Ziggy. What do you want?
Well, my girlfriend and I were coming in to do a little discreet making out, if you know what I mean.
Why didn't you say so? That'll be $18 in advance.
What?
What's the problem, Jimmy?
This guy wants us to pay him $18 so we can park in Lover's Lane. Hey, Ziggy, what's going on? Why are you charging so much?
Oh, not me, bro. It's the city. They're charging. They decided to upgrade Lover's Lane, give it some class. So I'm the parking attendant.
Parking attendant?
Jimmy, just pay the $18 and let's get going. I'm on a curfew. I have to be home by 9.
Okay, here, Ziggy.
Geez, pal, don't you have anything smaller?
It's only a 20.
Yeah, but didn't you see the sign? Attendant carries no change.
Jimmy.
Keep the change.
Oh, thanks. Now you two lovebirds, hop into the back seat.
Hop into the back seat?
Sure. This is a valet parking facility. I'll drive you to your spot.
But this car is a 2-seater. There is no back seat.
Oh, dude, you should have thought of that before you drove up here. Next time, borrow your dad's sedan instead of his sports car.
Jimmy.
Look, Ziggy, I'm going to drive over to a good secluded spot, and you can just keep your hands off the car.
Take space 42 in row F. I'm writing down your license number and reporting you to the traffic and parking department, pal.
Can you believe that guy?
There's row F. There. That space over there. Oh, that's better, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, Ellen.
Jimmy.
Yes, Ellen?
He was right.
Who? Dr. Klondike?
No, Ziggy. Next time, bring your dad's sedan. This stick shift is...
Maybe we can work around it.
Jimmy, wait.
What now?
Do you hear that?
What the?
Oh, can you see over there? It's something huge. It looks like a monster of some sort.
Define monster.
I don't know. I've never seen anything that big. It has glowing red eyes and enormous antennae. Oh my gosh, Jimmy.
What is it?
It's Trinky.
That's impossible.
It's impossible, and it's also true. And that's Slinky behind him.
You think they've come up to make out in Lover's Lane?
No, I think they've come to terrorize. Oh! No, Trinky, stop. No, Slinky, don't do that. Oh, Jimmy, it's horrible. Quick. We've got to get out of here.
You're right. There's nothing left for us here.
Mr. Milankowitz, Miss Wimbledon, what are you doing in the lunchroom this early in the morning? Lunch isn't until noon, and you two should be in class. Didn't you hear the bell?
Yes, we heard the bell, Mrs. Starkweather, but we have something much more important to do.
Jimmy?
She's right, Mrs. Starkweather. It's vital we let someone in authority know.
Need I remind you that I am the vice principal? Isn't that enough authority for you?
We were hoping to talk to Mr. Feemster, the principal, but he's not in his office.
So we thought maybe he'd be in the lunchroom.
Yes, well, Mr. Feemster, is not here today. He's a little ill. Anyway, I'm in charge, so you can tell me.
Jimmy, you want to tell her?
No, thanks, Ellen. You go ahead.
Oh, Mrs. Starkweather, it's terrible. Dr. Klondike and his assistant were killed when they spilled uranium-235 in the lab, and the radiation caused the bugs to grow and ravage everyone in Lover's Lane.
What?
I'd rephrase that if I were you.
The bugs are huge, and they started eating cars and people. It's terrifying and terrible,
And we have reason to believe they're headed for the school.
Yeah, specifically the lunchroom.
Oh, dear. Well, we'd better call the fire department.
That won't be enough. They're probably as big as houses by now, and they spit acid. A good spit wad from one of them could level this building and kill everyone inside.
Well, then we should get out of the building.
Then they just pick us off outside.
Yes. Well, let me just make a quick call.
Yeah? Fire department, this is Marty.
Hello, Marty. Could you please send a few trucks and maybe a helicopter out to Newt Rockney High School? We're about to be attacked by giant bugs, and we need you to help stop them.
I've got a hook and ladder and a tanker truck that I can send out right away, but the helicopter's booked until Saturday.
Fine. Send whatever's convenient. Just do it quickly.
That was fast.
Okay, where's the fire?
Oh, you must be Marty. I'm Mrs. Starkweather. You didn't need to break down the door.
Didn't need to, but according to the county's firefighting guidelines, I'm fully within my rights.
I can hear them. They're coming.
Where?
There!
Good golly, Mrs. Starkweather, those things are huge. I don't think our strongest water jets could stop those things.
I see. Just a second. Let me make another call.
County Mosquito Abatement Department. Connor speaking.
Hello, Connor. This is Mrs. Starkweather, Vice Principal of Newt Rockney High School. We're having a little trouble with some bugs. Could you send over a squad of exterminator trucks, please?
Sure. Are you trying to get rid of nest, or do you have standing water that needs an oil spray, or...
Giant bugs bent on destroying the school and the student population.
Gotcha. I'll send some trucks. Got here as quick as I could. Where are the bugs?
Over there. There's one.
And there's the other one.
Holy goly, those are big, mother...
We'll never stop them. Excuse me, I'm Marty from the fire department.
Connor, from Mosquito Abatement. Good to know you. You're right, too. There's not enough bug spray in our trucks to stop those, mother.
If I may make a suggestion, please.
Really, Miss Wimbledon, let the professionals do their jobs. You're just a student.
Let her speak, Mrs. Starkweather, or I may be forced to drop the name of Paul.
You wouldn't. Oh, very well. Go ahead, say your piece, and then let the handsome professionals get to it.
Thanks. The water won't stop them, and the sprayers on the trucks can't produce enough volume to be effective. I suggest you connect the pump and fire hoses to the exterminator trucks and use that to force a massive amount of exterminator stuff into the giant bugs' faces. That ought to do it.
You know, that might work. Let's try it.
I'll get the pump ready.
Give me a fire hose and I'll hook it up. Ready?
Ready?
Here they come.
Okay, I have the hose nozzle. Let it loose.
Right, here goes.
Come on, Bugs. Drop, dang it.
Oh, it doesn't seem to be working.
Hey, that's all the bug spray we've got.
They're still coming. Gentlemen, I will be filing the strongest possible complaint with both your departments.
What in tarnation is going on out here? What's all the damn noise? If my cauliflower and tartar sauce soufflés fall, the kids will be having some really sad pancakes for lunch.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Flapp, but I'm afraid we're in the middle of a situation.
Don't give me no situation. If those soufflés fall, you'll have a bigger situation. Yes, sirree.
Excuse me.
Not now, Miss Wimbledon.
But I have
I'm busy.
But I have an idea.
Oh, please, Miss Wimbledon, you're starting to sound like a little show-off.
Be quiet and listen to her.
No need to take that tone with me, Mr. Milankowitz.
Hey, that was one of our exterminator trucks. Now, they're very expensive, and we use them a lot. Someone's gonna have to pay for that.
Our education budget is already so small it makes our eyes bulge.
Well, don't look at me. It's not my truck. Doesn't belong to the fire department. Hey, that was a brand new hook and ladder. We'll be sending you a bill for that.
You can't get blood from a stone.
I think I have a solution.
Yes? What is it, Mr. Milankowitz?
Hey, how come you listen to him but not me? Is it because I'm a girl?
No, Miss Wimbledon. It's just because you're too smart. Here at Newt Rockney High, we prefer big, athletic guys with little or no brains.
Hey!
That is one for the books. The first time in my life that I've agreed with anything that Mrs. Starkweather has said. Don't tell anyone, please.
You were saying, Mr. Milankowitz.
Yeah. why don't we take all the tables and chairs in the cafeteria and stack them against the wall where we expect the giant bugs to gain entrance first?
Sounds good to me.
Me too. Come on.
There. You see? That ought to do it.
Dang, nabbit. There go all the cafeteria chairs and tables. Now everybody's gonna have to stand up to eat lunch.
Marty, you got any ideas? Anything else the fire department can do?
Excuse me.
We could set them on fire, burn them up.
Oh, that sounds too dangerous. If we can't control the fire, we might burn up the entire county.
Besides, how would you light them?
I've got a lighter.
Hello?
Connor, what about you?
Well,
Quickly, man, they're almost on top of us.
I got nothing.
I have a suggestion.
All right, Miss Wimbledon, what is your suggestion?
Mrs. Flapp, you remember that chili you served us last Tuesday?
Of course I did. One of my finest achievements. Dang kids wouldn't touch it.
You still have it?
Sure I do. 16 vats of the stuff.
Is it frozen?
No.
Okay, great, perfect. Quick, everyone into the kitchen.
They're over here.
I hope you know what you're doing, Miss Wimbledon.
Oh, don't worry, Mrs. Starkweather, I do. Okay, everyone grab a bat of chili and wheel it into the cafeteria.
Now what do we do?
Back off, I'll take it from here. Here's Linky, here Trinky. Where are my nice bugs? Come on, look what I have for you. Nice breakfast. See the nice big vats of bug food? You're gonna love it.
Ellen, look out!
It's okay, Jimmy. They're eyeing the chili, not me.
Step back slowly.
I'm all right.
If they stumble, you'll be squashed like a bug.
Oh, good point.
Look at that, they're going for the chili.
I told you it was one of my best recipes.
Are they dead?
I'm afraid so. Poor Slinky and Trinky.
Excuse me, Mrs. Flat.
The name's Flap, not Flat.
Oh, sorry about that, Mrs. Flap. Say, do you have any more of that chili?
Yeah, about 6 more vats.
Do you think it would be all right if the mosquito abatement district took that stuff off your hands?
Well, it is my best, but I don't have anywhere else to store it, so, yeah, I guess that'd be okay.
Way to go, Ellen. You saved us all.
Yes, but the cafeteria is going to have to be rebuilt. There'll be hell to pay at the next budget meeting. Now, Marty and Connor, who's going to get rid of those dead bugs?
Sorry, ma'am. The fire department doesn't handle animals, living or dead.
Well, Connor, that would seem to leave you.
No, ma'am. I'm afraid I can't help you with that.
Well, what do you gentlemen suggest?
I'd call animal control.
Yes, that sounds a good idea. I think I'll go back to my office to make that call. That chili's making my eyes water. Thanks for your help.
Hey, what about my cafeteria?
I'll let you know what they say at the budget meeting.
Say, Ellen, what do you say we...
Now? We can't. I'm late for algebra.
Ah, come on. You just saved the school. You deserve a break.
Well, okay. Can you get your dad sedan?
No, he's at work all day.
Oh, but wait, didn't Trinky and Slinky destroy Lover's Lane last night?
Yeah, we'll have to use another secluded spot. I knew a great one just beyond the Miller farm out on Highway 82.
Well, what's a girl to do? Come on.
Excuse me, kids. Any chance I can get a lift? The fire trucks were destroyed and I can't get back.
Yeah, me too. The exterminated trucks are all underneath the monsters.
Sorry, guys. I've only got a 2-seater and both seats are already spoken for. Come on, Ellen.
See ya, guys.
Mrs. Flap?
What? Sorry, I was just thinking. You know something? I read somewhere that bugs are actually a good source of protein. Sorry, what did you boys want?
Never mind. We can walk.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yep, a great source of protein.
You have been listening to Big Bad Bugs Terrorizing Terrible Teenagers, written and directed by Bill Chessman. This program featured Burl Lampert as Dr. Curtis Klondike, John Kopping as Gottfried and Marty, Lisa Marie Taylor as Ellen Wimbledon, Levi Coren as Jimmy Milankowitz, Mary Kidwell as Andrea, Patricia Inabnet as Mrs. Starkweather, Pat Parker as Mrs. Flap, Don Hansen as Ziggy, and Al Guaraglia as Connor. Live sound effects were performed by Suzan, Lorraine, and Brook Robinson. This has been a Pittsburg Community Theater presentation of a Four-Eyed Jacks production, and it was recorded in Pittsburg, California in October of 2016. If you enjoyed this program, please tweet, pin, dig, Yelp, text, blog, email, or post your reactions. Or, if you'd like to do it up old school, talk to people. Thank you for listening. That concludes our show. We hope you enjoyed it. Now I'd like to ask you a question. What would happen if your social media account got duplicated and then, in sorting out the problem, the wrong account was closed? It might not turn out the way you expect. Find out when Pittsburg Community Theater presents the second of our recorded radio shows, Alter Ego, to be heard right here on August 23rd. In the meantime, thank you for listening. If you had a good time, please consider donating to help keep Pittsburg Community Theater going. You can find links to PayPal and Venmo at the Pittsburg Community Theater Facebook page, as well as the YouTube channel.
All right, we are live. Thank you very much for watching our broadcast. And we have with us the crew and writer and director and members of PCT with us.
Find out when Pittsburg Community Theater presents the
Let
second
the outro finish.
And somebody is still listening to the broadcast, so if you can mute your thing, thank you very much.
There we go. All right.
Hi, everybody. My name is Diana. I'm with PCT, and I'd like to introduce our director, Bill Chessman.
Hello.
And if you should have any questions that you'd like to ask the cast that's shown on your screen right now, and I'll let Bill introduce everyone in just a moment, go ahead and enter it into the chat, either on YouTube or on Facebook. So Bill, why don't you introduce everybody? We'll give people a chance to ask some questions.
All right. So with us today, we have Burl Lampert, who played Dr. Klondike. We have John Kopping, who played Gottfried and Marty. We have, let's see here, Mary Kidwell is there. She was Andrea. We have Patricia Inabnet. She was Mrs. Starkweather. And then we have Don Hansen, who was Ziggy. And we have Al Guaraglia, who was Connor. And then, of course, there's me. And right next to me is Suzan Lorraine, who was one of the people doing the sound effects for the show.
So one of the first questions we have is, what was your inspiration for this show?
Well, it's like a lot of the stuff that I do. I watch a lot of bad movies. From the 1950s, the old monster movies and that sort of thing. And what I look for is, I love a good, serious 50s monster movie that doesn't tell any jokes, because they're usually so serious that they miss all the things that are so funny about them. And then I take that and the style of the piece and I put that into the blender, which is my brain, and out comes this script.
Cool. What's it like recording? And this could be for any of the cast and performing. Specifically, let's think about the vocals first, and then we'll go on to sound effects.
Well, come on, somebody.
It's a blast. I love doing it.
Yeah, as an actor, it's really a challenge to only be able to use your voice to express what you're doing. And it's so much fun.
And the timing between different people on different microphones is it's very fun to fit everything in the proper timing.
I was surprised to hear how my voice sounded outside of my own head.
Is this the first time you've all heard the actual recording?
Yeah. Yes.
I think so, yes.
I think it is for me too.
Yeah.
No, I've heard it before.
I shared it with the cast, but apparently most of them took it and said, "Oh, that's great. I'll just set that aside."
No, I listened to it.
Sorry, Bill.
And Susan, I think Allie, you did sound effects too. What do you find challenging about doing the sound effects?
Actually, I didn't do any sound effects, but I'm thinking it's an art in itself. I mean, it's as big a part of the show as anything else.
It is, and we have a lot of fun finding things. It's interesting because I'll be listening to a TV show, or I'll be in the grocery store, or I'll be walking outside or playing with somebody or doing something, and some noise will come up and it's like, oh, we could use that. That sounds like a really good noise. And so we have incorporated a lot of different kinds of noises, and we have a miniature door that's only about 3 feet high for the door effects, and we've got chains, and we have crunchy paper for fire and all kinds of stuff, which the table is absolutely full of stuff. The trick for the engineer is to have the sound level, the recording level high enough so that you can hear the sound effects,
right,
which is not as easy as it sounds. As it sounds.
Oh, shucks.
Don't call it Foley.
Sorry?
Don't call it Foley.
Don't call it Foley.
No, Foley is for movies. That's a very different thing because they match up the sound effects with the action that is already there on the screen. And that's quite a process. We got an opportunity to see that being done in Southern California one year, and it's really different from us. We do all the kisses, by the way, at the sound table, and burp, those kinds of body things.
I have a bad habit of writing burps into the script, and it's interesting how many actors can't burp on cue.
Yeah,
I'm just shocked.
But Susan is very good at it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I had my son and grandsons. We have competitions.
Right.
I win.
We knew this was specialized training. We all should have been paying attention to.
Bill, what do you do with these? Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say I've had the opportunity to do sound effects a few times and really enjoyed it. One thing, just bringing back memory from doing this particular show, is that the two characters I was fortunate to play were both very different from my regular speaking voice. And there are times that Bill has cast me as a narrator because he likes my voice for that thing. But this time it was nice to be able to do something a little out of the norm.
Cool. Bill, what do you do with the recordings once they're complete?
Well, at this point, I just send them out to festivals. So, in fact, there are right now probably 8 or 9 recordings that are currently available at the Here Now Festival. And also at the Atlanta Fringe Festival. We've been able to place, I think, about a dozen scripts in the recordings.
And I die in every one.
Most of them, yes. Yes, he's our ensign expendable. So
he wears the red shirt then.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And usually doesn't have a first name. So yes, exactly.
For anyone, what is your favorite memory or scene from this particular recording? And note that Alter Ego will be doing next month on the 23rd, so you can come back and join us and hear that one as well. So any thoughts on this one?
For me, it was
my favorite.
Something.
Go ahead, Don. My favorite on this recording was all of us trying to make really good monster noises without sounding too stupid or too cheesy. See, Mary was really good.
Now that's cheesy.
That's my superpower. also parrots.
Right. One of my favorite things was actually a rehearsal thing. There's two. I have two small things here. One was, of course, that one of the nights that we recorded, somebody brought a baby to the show, which we do them live so that that we can get a little bit of audience reaction, that sort of thing, and people can see the process. But bringing a baby to the show was kind of awkward, and it was interesting trying to edit around that. I think it may be more present in the alter ego thing, or I may have just been lucky enough to find ways to edit out or work around that. That's why we recorded 3 times. And the other thing was, during the rehearsal process, one of our other cast members, Levi Coren, who played Jimmy, he was a high school student. He was a high school senior at that time. And he was playing opposite Lisa Taylor. And the whole thing about the smooching, there was a thing in there where I think it's the line about, you're going to come back for the session tomorrow. And he goes, yeah. And when he did it the first time, he just was like, yeah. And we stopped him in the rehearsal because it just fell flat. And so we said, okay, now do that again, but do that with great knowledge of what that means. And he read it again. He goes, yeah. And he stopped and he just blushed. He turned bright red. It was hilariously funny.
He's a nice boy.
The whole table just broke up. It was really funny.
I guess one of my favorite lines was, wow, those are some big mother.
Yeah.
You finish that if you dare.
Yeah. you were, and it's interesting because you were very careful not to go any further. It was sort of like, quick, pick up my cue, quick.
Talk about timing.
Right.
Anyone else have any thoughts on this? Okay, moving on to the next question. Bill, we have a question from Judy O'Connor asking if you have won any awards for your radio shows.
Well, I've gotten a couple of awards for the scripts. I received I had a script called It's a Wonderful Radio Station, which won a first place award for the National Audio Theater Festivals / National Association of Independent Broadcasters, I think that was called, that was doing a 30th anniversary competition. And I happened to win that, fortunate to do that. And I had one that got an award of merit a couple of years ago with the Marion Thauer Brown radio script competition. And I've had a couple of other things that, got in there, second place or third place, whatever. So yeah, I've been able to get a few things to come through, and I actually even received money for one or two. It was shocking.
Sweet.
Yeah. I must be doing something right. That's all I can say,
It's his support team.
That's
it's
the truth.
The cast
that
and
is
the
true.
Sound effects.
Thank you. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I didn't see any money.
Not
residuals.
Well, you didn't write the script.
No, but I drove for an hour and a half to do this show.
But having said that, I think that's an interesting point because what we do with the productions here, we don't ask for any money for the production. What we want is the recordings, and we try to do this so that it's an assistance to the local theaters around here, so that they can support their stuff. So the idea we have is we just want a place to record. So if you'll let us record in your space, you charge what you can get. We usually suggest like $10 or $15, depends on the theater. And you just keep that money, and that'll go toward whatever, expenses you guys have. That's been my thing the whole time.
Which is great. It's a win-win for everybody.
That's what I think. Yeah.
And much like today is something just to keep the arts here in Pittsburgh going and sharing this with the world at large. And this will be available for rebroadcast, so you can watch it anytime here for the next month. And if
even the comments,
even the comments is
okay.
Oh, wow.
I think everybody's been good.
Right? It turns out you're all on the record. I didn't know that.
I'll let John answer that later,
okay.
But maybe we can edit them out if you guys don't want them on. But But if anyone listening would like to make a donation, feel free to Venmo PCT at PCT-California, or go to Pittsburgh Community Theater and look for the donation page and click on that donation button, Gift PCT. We are always open and ready and willing to take your money. So for lack of better terms. But I don't see any other questions. Judy followed up and said the money was well earned, Bill.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you. It's I have to say, I found out about radio theater back around 1999. I was not a radio theater person before that, and I saw a troupe in Oakland called Pagliacci's Fools do a couple of pieces, including one that a friend of mine had written. And I saw this and I said, I have to do this. I absolutely have to do it. Not I want to do this. I have to do this because it is such, because I just totally get it. And I think at this point, I've probably written 60 or 70 scripts. In fact, I've written 5 scripts since COVID-19 began. I'm going to keep them as a collection and call it the COVID-19 scripts or something. You know,
there you go.
Although they're almost entirely unrelated.
So that means more to come in the future.
Absolutely, as long as people will have us, that's the key. If they'll have us, then we'll do it. And if they won't have it, then we may have to do it in our living room. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find a place for you.
It's much more fun in front of an audience. That's for sure.
Definitely.
And we're building up a cult following.
Are we?
Yeah, more people every time, and they're very strange.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
Don't call it a cult. It's a following.
A following. Yes.
Following.
Yeah, a cult. I think you have to. Everybody takes a pill at the end, and we all go to the spaceship. And I'm not going to do that.
There is a comet going by.
Write it, Bill.
There you go. Right.
Yes. Another show.
Right.
Well, I'm not seeing any more questions out here. Does anyone have any closing comments or thoughts?
Well, we really want to thank PCT for putting up with us and doing this, because it's really fun, and we feel like we get a chance to do something for Pittsburgh Community Theater as well.
Right.
Oh, Bill?
Yes, sir.
Yes, were there, so any that if you have done in the last few months, have they had pandemic themes?
One of them sort of did. But I don't tend to go for stuff that has to do with current events. I don't typically, if current events affect it, it's a very tangential thing. I prefer to go off in really weird places. A friend of mine once said to me that my mind was a very scary place.
Yeah.
So there is one that's got a little bit of that in it, but it's and in fact it's called No Cheeseburger for You. So,
I like it already.
So look for that title, in your nearest YouTube or Facebook page sometime in the future.
Thanks.
All right. Well, with that,
I see everybody anyway. I gotta say that
it was great seeing everyone.
Yes. You're here.
So coming up next on August 2nd, we will be having a live stage reading where the actors will be doing the readings in front of you live. So we hope you'll join us at 2:00 on that Sunday, August 2nd. And then we'll have another broadcast called Alter Ego, another one of Bill's radio shows that this cast perform on August 19th at 2:00. So stay tuned, come back and join us, watch it again, tell all your friends, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
Thanks, Diana.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Cass.